I, 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 I like to be here. I like to be here. It's better than being over there. Anyway, good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again if you can. Happy day after Easter, a couple of days after Easter. I hope you had well, ate real good. But the more important thing is you remember what the reason for the season was. Okay. Sometimes we get caught up in all the new clothes and the guest preacher and all that stuff, and we kind of like forget the reason for it. The reason because he was not in the grave. That's the reason. He rose on that third day. That is the reason for Easter. Not the Easter bunny, not the eggs, but I understand you gotta give kids something to do while you appreciate the good Lord. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. The temperature outside this morning, as you rise and shine, it is 42 degrees. And guess what? It feels like 42 degrees. The forecast for the rest of the day is there's a 2% chance of precipitation. Sunny high near 80 degrees today, believe it or not. Winds northeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. On tonight, 1% chance of precipitation. Partly cloudy skies with a low tonight of 52 degrees, and the winds are light and variable. On tomorrow, according to what the weatherman says, essentially there's a 1% chance of rain because there's always a chance, I guess, but um, they say that don't worry about it because it ain't very much. So tomorrow pretty much going to be like today. There will be intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 77 degrees tomorrow. Not as quite warm tomorrow as it is today, but hey, we won't miss 3 degrees, will we? No, we will not. The precipitation, 2% chance today. The pollen is very high today. So if you go out there, if you got pollen, if you got those, whatever those things you get for your nasal or whatever the case may be. In other words, if you got allergic to pollen, you might want to, take some stuff with you so you can put it in your nose, I guess. I guess that's what pollen does to you. I'm not sure. Air quality is good. Okay. And UV index is high. Now you'll notice that the UV index is always contingent upon sunshine. Sunshine. So if you got a plenty of sunshine on the day, then your UVX and your UV index is going to be high because that's where it comes from. It comes from the sun. And of course, Artemis too is up there near the sun right now. Well, it's not quite near the sun, but it's messing with it. So don't I'm just saying that Artemis too. I still don't see why we're going to the moon. I mean, what's the purpose? Okay. Yeah. Okay, I got you. But I still don't understand why we go to the moon. I mean, we went there 50 years ago. And then, I mean, why are we going? Somebody tell me why we're going. Because I don't have a clue. I mean, is there something on the dark side of the moon that we really need to know about? Listen, the way I figured, God gave us Earth. Now, I don't imagine he would be upset if we went looking around and looking at his great creation. But I mean, we got people to feed, stuff like that. I'm just saying. So why are we going to the moon? I don't know. To get more green cheese. Okay, I guess I don't know. But why are we going? I do not have a clue. Okay, so but I imagine that somebody smarter than I am knows why we are going to the moon. So one of these days you can tell me why that is, and we'll talk about it. And we got a couple great subjects today, interesting subjects today. We want to delve into and other things. Okay, but right now it's time to rise and shine. Let's get it done. We change the world in history right here where we're from. It's no beginning to you and me, cause we're not done. In our city, in our city, in our city, we're not done. Okay, it's time to hope that woke you up right quick. Woke you up. Right now, though, it's time for our daily bread. A word from on high, something that'll change your perspective, or at least give you a nuance. But either way, it's good for the soul. So good morning to you. It is the 6th day of April. Wait a minute. No. I got that wrong. It is the 7th day of April, 2026. I thought it was never mind. Don't worry. I got the wrong date up there, but we know. Somebody told me I had the wrong date for yesterday. I didn't. Got to change it. So anyway, that's what day. You know what day it is. It is the 7th day of April. Okay? So we'll be back after our daily bread. And the message of the day. And the message of the day is struggle. Not all that bad. We'll be back.
The Spirit of God renews our minds when we meditate on the Word of God. Our Daily Bread. Today's encouragement from the Our Daily Bread devotional was written by David McCaslin. Dawson Trotman, a dynamic Christian leader of the mid-20th century and founder of the Navigators, emphasized the importance of the Bible in the life of every Christian. Trotman ended each day with a practice he called His Word the Last Word. Before going to sleep, he meditated on a memorized Bible verse or passage, then prayed about its place and influence in his life. He wanted the last words he thought about each day to be God's words. The psalmist David wrote, "On my bed I remember you. I think of you through the watches of the night. Because you are my help, I sing in the shadow of your wings." Whether we are in great difficulty or enjoying a time of peace, our last thought at night can ease our minds with the rest and comfort God gives. It may also set the tone for our first thought the next morning. A friend and his wife conclude each day by reading aloud a Bible passage and a daily devotional with their 4 children. They welcome questions and thoughts from each child and talk about what it means to follow Jesus at home and at school. They call it their version of His Word the Last Word for each day. What better way to end our day?
Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Psalm 63, verses 1 through 11. You, God, are my God. Earnestly I seek you. I thirst for you. My whole being longs for you in a dry and parched land where there is no water. I have seen you in the sanctuary and beheld your power and your glory. Because your love is better than life, my lips will glorify you. I will praise you as long as I live, and in your name I will lift up my hands. I will be fully satisfied as with the richest of foods. With singing lips, my mouth will praise you. On my bed, I will remember you. I think of you through the watches of the night. Because you are my help, I sing in the shadow of your wings. I cling to you. Your right hand upholds me. Those who want to kill me will be destroyed. They will go down to the depths of the earth. They will be given over to the sword and become food for jackals. But the king will rejoice in God. All who swear by God will glory in him, while the mouths of liars will be silenced. That's today's scripture reading from Psalm 63, verses 1 through 11.
Let's pray. Thank you, Father, for your word in our hearts and our minds, our last thought at night as we rest securely in you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries. The Spirit of God renews our minds when we meditate on the Word of God. Our Daily Bread.
This is our own Macmillan International Academy kids. Elementary school. Right here in Montgomery, Alabama. And my granddaughter's in there too. She's singing. You can hear it. This real close. You can hear her. All righty then. I tell you now, if that's not motivation, to get up every morning and meet the new day with I don't know what is. That's some good stuff. Okay, now it's like my Mondays, not your Monday, but it's our Monday. So anyway, today we got a message. I do it on Mondays. I do it the first day of the week and the end of the week, so we can leave the day, start the week okay, and end the week in the same way. So today is no different. We're going to play a little message, and it's called Struggle. Struggle is something that if you live long enough, you will have to go through it. But you got a choice in how you handle your struggles of life, because we all get them. I mean, whether they're man-made, God sent them to us to test it, whatever the case may be. We all got our own struggles to go through. So this word, it don't. I think it lasts like 8 minutes or something like that. But anyway, it's a good piece. I mean, unless y'all want to hear Rita Pearson. I mean, because I got her. Now I got Rita Pearson or T.D. Jakes. But I think you'll probably like this one a little bit better. Okay. So see, I know Dr. Joe was going to ask me about Rita Pearson. See, I knew he was. Okay. But no, we're not going to give you Rita Pearson today. We're going to give you something that hopefully will motivate you a little bit there. And anyway, it's called Struggle. Okay. STRUGGLE. That is the word of the day, is struggle. But struggle is not all bad. Okay. So hang loose. We shall return uno. Oh, I got 6 words someplace, but I don't know where it's at right now. Well, I know where it's at, but I'm not going to do it. Okay. And then we'll talk about why we go to the moon, why we're going up there anyway. The moon's not going into place, and if it does, we're in trouble. We don't need to be going there. We ought to leave it alone. We already mess up Earth good enough. Do we really need to mess up the moon? Somebody's going to go out there and throw some paper on the moon. Be the first people in the history of mankind that's going to loiter on the moon. Okay, litter on the moon. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised 100 years from now you go up there and there'll be a McDonald's thing up there. Never mind. Let me just shut up about that. Anyway, so let's talk about this word struggle today, and then I shall return uno momento. Okay, hopefully. Anyway, okay. So we shall return uno momento. So hang loose. We'll be right back.
Imagine if you got what you want every time. No struggle, no hard work, no challenges. no hard work required. Some of you are saying that will be great. You would be weak. And then when something hard comes up in your life, you wouldn't know how to handle it because you have never gone through anything that strengthens you. You cannot grow without struggle. You cannot develop strength without resistance, without challenging yourself, without struggle. Pain is your friend. Maybe not in the moment, but for the evolution of your soul, for the long-term benefit of you as a stronger human being, pain is your friend. If you didn't have failures, if you didn't have struggles, if you didn't have disappointment, you could have no strength, no courage, no compassion. How could you? Those qualities are made from your pain and struggle. You are given pain because you are strong enough to handle it. You are given this life because you are strong enough to live it. Because you are strong enough to drive through it, to thrive through it, to inspire others through it. They will look to you and say, he did it, she did it. I have the strength to do it too. You are stronger than you think. You survived all your challenges to this point, and you will survive whatever is coming. But next time a struggle comes, I don't want you to curse the skies. Know that it was sent for a reason and a lesson. It might be to make you stronger. It might be to teach you patience. It might be for you to show others your spirit. There is a reason. So don't you give up. You have a purpose in this world, and you will only find it if you keep going and keep growing.
Your struggle is a part of your story. Your struggle made you the person you are today.
Your struggle is your life. Your struggle is your gift. See, many people look at struggle like it's a bad thing. Your struggle will be the gift that the world falls in love with. Nobody wants to hear the story of the man that was given everything. People want to hear the stories of men and women that endured pain and turned their struggles into a gift. Do you want people just to feel sorry for you? Or you want people to look up to you? Do you want to be a legend? Because legends are born in the belly of struggle. Fear is only a fictional movie, but reality is the struggle. Reality is the struggle. So take the struggle and change your reality. Because the whole time you were thinking that your struggle was holding you back, it was really giving you the tools to become one of the greatest. No more second guessing. No more blaming others for the problems you have in your life. It's a new day. This is my one-way ticket to my dreams. Your struggle is your gift.
Your struggle is your gift. Wow, that's tough one right there. If that don't motivate you, I don't know what will. I don't know what will. I often ask the question, why is it that no matter what hard times that we have, no matter what hard times we have, we always remember them fondly? And I came up with an answer. And I know why. Because when we're going through the storms of life, we don't really know when the storm's going to end. We don't know when the sun's going to come out. or inside of us, we hope to see it, but we don't know. And once you see the sun, you ever know something about the sun? I don't care how bad the storm was, the tornado, the volcano. Every time we see the sun, it gives us hope for tomorrow. It does, and that is why we look at the past fondly, because when we started the journey, we did not know how it was going to end. And now that we've made it through it one more time, it is a cause for celebration. And the sun reminds us that the night will end. So your struggles, extract from them the good. And one thing about one thing like weights, my son, my older son, he liked lifting them heavy weights. And I went down, and my young one, I went down there one day and I tried to lift some of them weights, and I kind of, I mean, I just thought, listen, how come my 14-year-old be strong? I mean, come on. If he can pick that up, I can pick that up. So I went over there to pick it up, and it didn't quite come the way it didn't quite work with my arms as the way it worked with his. So I learned something from that. I learned something. My strength at this age is not, although I'm not a weakling, don't get me wrong, doesn't come from how much I can lift. It comes from telling everybody else and showing other people what they can do. Encouragement. That's what old soldiers ought to do. They got to give encouragement to the young soldiers, because you ain't gonna. I mean, we in our mind we might think we can carry that 70-pound rucksack, and we probably can carry a couple of feet. But after that, brother, nah, ain't no 12-mile road marches in me left. that ain't gonna happen unless I'm on a bike or something like that, or on the train. We ain't doing 70. We're not doing 12-mile road marches. Believe me, we're not. That ain't gonna happen. But we like to think we can. Those things are for younger people. Okay, I'm just saying. So struggle can be your friend. Also, it can tell you where you want to be and help you get there. But one thing about it, you'll never know. You will never know if you quit. So we tell people, give out, but never, ever give up. Because the quitters don't win. And winners never quit. Oh, they may fail at a thing or two, but they never, ever quit. Okay? There's never been a case, I'm successful because I quit it, because I quit all the time. You'll never hear anybody say that. You'll never hear anybody in your whole life ever say that. Okay? Anyway, good morning to you. Now, I realize you really can't see my face all that good this morning, but that's only because I think I blew something in the house here, right? I think I blew a fuse or something. Anyway, I went out there and turned that box back on and off, and it, so it gets me most of my light, but not all of it. So we can live with it. I'm just as ugly in light as I am without it. So, matter of fact, this may be an improvement. That's done. He'll tell you that any time. Anyway, good morning to you. The lessons of life today is this. Okay, here are the lessons of life today, because I forgot to put them up here last week before I get to my main subject today. But we got to get our lessons of life. Okay, here's our lesson of life. Okay, and we got a lesson of life and the word of the day. Okay, the word of the day. Okay, and the lesson of life is this. You can choose courage or you can choose comfort. And you can have them, but not at the same time. So you have to decide in your life path, which one are you going to do? Yeah. That's not true, man. I paid my power bill. See, I got the lights on. The computer wouldn't be on if I didn't pay the power bill. So I got the lights on. I blew something. I don't know what I blew. But anyway, so you can choose courage or you can choose comfort, but you cannot have them both at the same time. And the word of the day is, in this time of the year, this year, it's a relevant word. The word of the day, Amanda. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get my, let me get my, wait a minute. Okay. Let me, hold it. If I can get, my good man. Okay. Okay. There's Simply Days. Good morning, Simply Days.
Good morning, Mayor. Talk about struggling. I was struggling yesterday trying to catch up with your podcast. I was absent without leave on Thursday and Friday, so
Oh,
I had to catch up yesterday, and I was struggling listening to the mayor. But
well, you know, I mean, sometimes I do believe that we are extremely harsh on Brother Reed. I think his ideas, most of them, are pretty good, and I do think there are impediments in this town because there are certain people who've been in charge of this town forever. There's certain families who hold the key to the kingdom, and change is a hard thing. You know, change is a hard thing, and I think, and this whole thing with no home rule and all that stuff, and you got to kiss the ring of the local legislators. That sucks. And we're the capital city, and it just seemed like to me, he does make a lot of sense on some of the things he says. I don't agree with everything he says, of course. I don't agree with anybody um, on everything they say, but I mean, what do you find that he said was so um, out of bounds or so unreasonable that you have to tilt your head back and say, "Wow, where did that come from?" So what?
well,
Mhm.
well, first he started talking down to the audience, including you, talking about the way you talk or the way you speak.
Mhm.
And then he said, some of us may have a third grade education. Some of us may have a sixth grade.
Yeah.
We may not have a degree from Morehouse or Vanderbilt,
Mhm.
but I know a BSer and a good politician is the one that can BS you and you want to believe him anyway.
Mhm. Mhm.
Have you ever played poker?
No, I've heard of it though, but I've never played it. No.
Well, you learn a lot about people playing poker. They give you signs, and when you interview people,
Mhm.
for 40 years, you pick up on
Right.
everybody's got a tick.
Right.
You've got a card you play,
Mhm.
and the mayor has a card that he plays. I have a card that I play.
Right.
Your card is your military experience.
Mhm.
That's your card.
Right.
My card is my police experience. Well, the mayor's card is, I am a victim of discrimination, and I'm the only one that can save the city from all these years of discrimination. Poor Mayor Reed. He said that he wished he'd have been born into a family of a different persuasion, of where he could have made a lot of money, but he was born into his family. Well, a lot of people are born into a family. Their daddy owns a business, their daddy's a lawyer, their mama's a teacher, and they don't have to go that way. They go their own way and start a new trail. And nobody put a gun to his head, Mayor, and said, you got to get into politics. You got to run for mayor. But if you get in there now, that's a hot frying pan. And they don't care whether you are Asian, whether you are African American, whether you're a Caucasian, whether you're Hispanic. That's a hot skillet. And it was a hot skillet for the strange mayor. And I used to call on another radio show and grill him. And he got grilled so many times, he quit coming on that show because it was too uncomfortable for him. So for him to act like he's the victim of these poor, uneducated people on your show, I just think it shows he's not being 100% with us. He's playing his card just like I play my card. and you play your card. I may not have the education that he has, but I went through the Montgomery public school system when it was a great school system. And I can spot a BSer. And when he goes on the tirade telling you that he's not going to tell you how many police officers we have, because he doesn't want to give it away to the enemy, like we're in a fight in the military. Well, he's gone on other shows and said there were about 300. So now he's changed his tune for some reason. But with my limited education of the Montgomery public school system, I can pull up the annual police report. I can pull up the budget. And with my limited education, not from Morehouse or from Vanderbilt, I can ask Alexa or Siri, how many police officers does the Montgomery Police Department have? I can ask the Sheriff's Department. And if you think criminals, before they commit, just like the man that got shot down in the street on Easter while I was in Tennessee, shot down in the street in Montgomery, not from the evil people in Washington. If you think the guy that shot him was worried about how many police officers we have, I got some land I want to sell you. Criminals don't think about that. And with my limited public school education, I can sit at any intersection and watch the patrol patterns and count how many police cars go through any major intersection. And for him to say that he can't tell us, tell you how many police officers, because we don't want to tip our hand to the enemy. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Now let me.
That's something he.
But let me ask you a question, Timberlake Dave. And again, I'm a man of reason and logic. It made sense to me. Now, whether that was the actual reason he didn't tell us, they won't tell us. I don't know. But I'm looking at the answer. Is it ployable? Is it reasonable that we don't want the enemy to know that there's only 12 of us when they got 300 people? You know what I'm saying? Is it a reasonable answer? That's what I look for in an answer. Reasonable? Is it ployable? Is it rational? I think you don't. I mean, listen, you don't want to come on TV and tell everybody we don't have enough police officers, because there are some crooks out there to hear that. I mean, is it a
I guarantee you they crawled under their rocks. They're sleeping in. They're not listening to this show. But if you're dealing with the people that are going to commit the great American train robbery, if you're dealing with the people that are going to knock off Wells Fargo, if you're dealing, those criminals are astute and they study. But 99% of the crime in Montgomery is spontaneous, it's not planned out, and they could give a rat's rear end about how many police officers. They just don't. But and I'll give you another example. He always goes, his other card he plays, and that card is, well, if the governor hadn't passed this gun law, we wouldn't have all these shootings and killings. Well, you can't have it both ways, Mayor. He told you crime is down 2 years in a row. So is it having an effect or is it not having an effect? And just look at the numbers, Mayor, and you can pull this up from Siri or Alexa. The year he came on board in 2020, we had 68. In 2021, the next year he's in office, we have 77.
But how
the high number,
right? But how can you? And again, I'm just trying to be reasonable. If he was shooting everybody, I'm with you. But he's not. It's a culture that unfortunately our society has lent itself to. This gangster culture, this rap crap. Rap is worse than
Well,
anything I've seen in years. So can you really put that on the mayor?
well, they try to put everything on Trump. If somebody sneezes and stumps their toe, they try to put it on Trump. But look, what I'm trying to make the point, not about he's responsible, but what he says about the gun law.
Okay.
And in January 1st of 2023, they started going down. In 2024, we had 62. In 2025, we had 61. And as he said, the last 2 years, violent crime has gone down. So you can't have it both ways, Kevin. You can't BS somebody and say that the gun law is, she just hadn't have signed off. Of course, we know, and I got a public school education from Montgomery. I know the governor's not running this state.
The city.
She's just like Joe Biden. She's not running this state. She's got people that are doing it for her, and because she can't make public appearances, and if she does, she has to sit down for a minute because she's about to go down. But that's going to change now. That's getting ready to change.
Right.
Because
we are going to have
when Tuberville comes.
Yeah, we are going to have a new governor. Somebody's going to.
Yeah, when Tuberville comes on board, he's not going to have to sit down. And he may not have a degree from Morehouse or Vanderbilt, but he knows how to complete a mission. He knows how to get people to work together and defeat the enemy.
Well, we're going to see if that is so, one way or the other. But let me ask you one question: if all the things you say are true, which I have no doubt, at least you think they are anyway. The government.
What's my opinion?
Your opinion. If we already have a fire going, do we really need to pour gasoline on it? And signing that bill that said every swinging Tom, Dick, and Harry can walk around with a gun now, okay, did not help put the fire out. So I'm going to agree with the mayor on this one. Having every fool in town walk around with a gun and you don't know he got it, legally you don't know he got it, it certainly did not help our crime situation. Would you agree or disagree?
Well, I look at the numbers, and the numbers tell me it doesn't have an effect on it one way or the other. If you're looking at, as he says, violent crime is down. And that's what he's preaching now. He's saying violent crime is down. So if it had an effect, it had an effect in a positive manner.
But now, what does common sense tell you?
Well, common sense tells me that in 40 years of law enforcement, people carried guns, they shot and killed people, and they didn't, the criminal, the person that's going to commit a murder, they don't care. They don't care about that law. They don't care. Now, if you want to say that they walk around brandishing guns in public, but they could do that before, you could always carry guns openly. Nobody just did it because they didn't understand the law.
So Simpler Dave says that the signing of that law, where you don't need a weapon, where you don't need a license to carry a concealed weapon, has had negligible impact on criminality in the city of Montgomery or the state of Alabama.
I'm saying, based on what he's saying, that crime is down 2 years in a row. And what I'm saying, by what you can pull up with my limited public school education,
okay,
that I can read the numbers, I can do basic math, and it tells me that it has had no effect on it. And just like the guy that was shot down in the middle of the street on Easter, the gun was inside the house, according to what they're saying, and somebody went and got it and brought it out there. It was in the house. It wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't walking around with it on his side. I mean, it's just not the case.
Okay.
But he also brought up Jackson's Hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and don't you think that Baptist Health Systems or UAB Systems would have purchased Jackson's Hospital if it was a good deal?
You would think, although there's I mean, that's worse than betting on the stock market, isn't it? I mean, you don't know, you don't have a clue who's coming, who got insurance, who don't.
Oh yeah, that's why government doesn't get involved in risky situations like that. You know, and they leave it to private sector and private entities, and you know they do those sort of things. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you go. But I saw and listened to one of the podcasts, and you were talking about your astute observation. You remember that?
Yes.
Well, okay, I'm following your astute observation, but I'm gonna give you a couple of them to think about.
All right.
Number one is if someone's put to death and they're going to give them a lethal injection, do they need to sanitize the needle?
Well, to be humane, I guess that's why they do it. I don't know, bro. That's a good question. I'll put that to the audience.
If you overdose on the blue pill,
Mm-hmm.
do you think they're going to have trouble getting the coffin lid down?
Well, I don't think they're going to have trouble getting it down.
Have a good day, Mayor.
I don't think they'll have trouble. That's a lot of overdose. Let's go back. I got a main subject today, though. I really do.
Okay, I'm following your astute observation.
I guess Don hung up. Okay, then. I'm pretty sure he'll call right back. Let me see now. Interesting. Now, although Simpler Days did not answer the one question I asked him, how is the mayor responsible for people shooting one another? Now, that's a reasonable question. Okay, I mean, he's accountable. He's accountable because you're the mayor and you run the city. So everything within your kingdom, you are responsible to the people for. So he is, but accountable and responsible is two different categories. Okay. Yes, Don.
You owe me dinner, brother.
Huh?
I bet you the lying little mayor wouldn't tell you how many cops we got. And then you just ate up all logic and reason. I think that's a good thing, not knowing.
But I thought it was.
Right?
I thought it was.
How about Andrew Zabisky? Do you know who he is?
I know who Andrew is. Mm-hmm.
You think he should know how many cops we have?
Well, I think anybody on the city council.
I ask you a simple question: Does a councilman who sets the budget have a right to know how many cops we have?
Yes, they do.
He won't tell him. Right? Read the article he wrote for Yellowhammer.
Yeah, I read it yesterday.
The mayor won't even tell him about recruitment, how many cops we got. The last police chief that was messing around with women said we needed 400 policemen. Okay. Did he lie?
No, I mean that's what we need, according to at least according to the new law.
You know how many we got?
I know. Last I heard two.
Less than 180.
Okay, and you don't believe.
But once you got the mayor on your speed dial, call him and ask him.
Well, let me ask you a question. And again, it did make a little sense to me not to tell the enemy.
Stupid. That's stupid.
Well, that's what
all you got to do is dial 911 and nobody shows up.
Well, I hear you, but that don't tell us.
See, what you said is stupid. Why don't you just let it go?
Because I'm a man of logic.
If I know we only got 180 cops, a crook wouldn't know. Well, what are they going to do? A master bank robbery?
Well, let me ask you.
Are they going to shoplift Walmart?
How?
Are they going to shoot somebody in Dexter Avenue if they know we only got 180 cops?
Yeah. But let me ask you.
The lying little mayor don't want anybody to know because it's pathetic.
Okay, but how is the mayor totally responsible because he can't get people to
because he is defunding the police without telling you. he's defunding the police.
No,
Where
they're
is
not.
he using the extra money,
Now,
Kevin?
that's the question that ought to be asked, but they ain't defunding
Well, it
the
is
police.
being asked. The little black mayor won't answer it.
Yeah, the mayor's not defunding the
Maybe
police.
it's to build the rap center over there at the old paper.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that money's being used at the rap center. You know, we got to have a rap center in Montgomery.
Yeah, well, I don't. Yeah, well, you know, me and rap don't get along.
Well, the Negro may play something for you. I don't know. Ask him next time what he plans to have at his theater.
All right.
But he's a liar, and you owe me dinner because I told you he wouldn't tell you and bet you dinner, and you said okay. But I'm sure you forgot that.
Yeah, let me go back to my
go back to it.
But if I said that, I'll buy you lunch. I mean, that's not a problem. Again, though, all I want to know is give me a definitive. Again, the mayor is accountable for the things that go on in the city of Montgomery, but he's not responsible for all the things that idiots do. Again, so I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, everybody is whining about crime, and I'm whining about crime too. Other day on my street, a woman got shot. Okay, and I heard the bullets when they went off. But how is the mayor responsible for the things that people do? And was it Todd Strange or somebody said, "Oh, we can fix crime in a couple of seconds." Oh yeah, we can fix it. We can have a police state in the city of Montgomery, roadblocks on every corner. Okay, we can affect crime, but there's only one way to do it from a governmental standpoint, and that is to suppress your right of movement, your right to possess weapons, your right. So outside of that, parents are at the forefront of making sure their little numbnut kids got some sense. Okay, and as they grow up, they maintain some of that sense. But again, give me somebody, please. 561. What's my number? What's my number over here? I forgot the number. Okay, hold it. Wait a minute. I'll get the number back in a second. I put it on the thing because I want to know. I really want to know what you think that he can actually do. Okay, 521-2963. If you enter, or you can come on. I'll let you come on and into the studio if you want to. So tell me how any mayor can stop Bubba and Leroy from running back in the house and grabbing a gun. How can you do that? And again, the only way government can directly affect crime is to pass laws that suppress your movement and your ability to defend yourself. That's the only way. Okay, government is not the answer. It is part of the solution. But again, like getting maybe more police officers on the thing and stuff of that nature. But I'm just looking for one example of what the mayor personally can do. Okay, because police cannot be proactive. You want to talk about a confiscation of your legal rights? You want to talk about confiscation of your freedom? Let the police start being proactive rather than reactive. And then we would be under a police state. So you certainly don't want that, do you? Of course not. So, but if somebody gave me something that the mayor could do that would directly affect crime, and the only thing I think he can do directly try to affect crime, maybe not affect crime, but can affect our response to it. Of course, we do need some more policemen in the city of Montgomery. There's no doubt that is absolutely 100% correct. That's true. But can you blame the mayor for now? Unless everybody comes up and says, "I left the Montgomery Police Department because the mayor sucked," then I'll give him some. Then I'd give him some of that responsibility. But I haven't heard a whole lot of people saying that. After the George Floyd incident and the Greg Gunn incident, we started in this country putting a an albatross on the necks of the policemen. Oh, you can't do that to him. You can't do this to him. You can't do that to him. Well, you know what? They just said hell with it, and some of them lost their jobs because they're a little rough here, a little rough there. But hey, sometimes that's what you got to be, So I don't know. And the animal is okay. Now, really, I will tell you one thing. I agree with you, Dr. Joe. If our judges would stop lying on the law, saying that they have to let them go, that's not true. If you a couple was a couple years ago when the state of Alabama said, if in fact the lawmakers made, if in fact you think these people are a detriment to our society and to our communities, you can give them $1.5 million bail. Now, if you ask me, why do we let them out so easily sometimes? I don't have a clue. Maybe we ain't got enough money to feed them all. I don't know. But I think the judges in this city, okay, are probably more responsible for some of these crimes. I can't believe we got people that are on bail already. They're out on bail already, and they do more crime. And if that son of a gun had been left in jail where he belongs, at least he wouldn't be able to do a second crime. So, and judges will run behind the Constitution when they mess up. Okay. And technically, what they're saying may be okay, but not really, because they are more responsible for the environment we live in Montgomery more than the mayor is. Yes, Don, one more time.
Yeah, I can't comment, but hey, Camilla, instead of calling me a racist, won't you argue the point? You act like you're supposed to be an educator, but you never argue the point or anything about it. It's always a racist. That's old. People are sick of it. People are getting black fatigue with that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Now, Camilla, I think he's right. Argue the point. I mean, every disagreement is not racism. Okay, disagreement is not racism, and so y'all can disagree. Trump says what? That the war was practically over. Iran shot down numerous planes and jets over the weekend. Well, not numerous, but I think there were two. That's more than one. That's true. Seems like it's escalating. Him and Hegseth is lost. Fired the generals with all the knowledge. You know why those generals got fired? Okay, because those generals forgot. A lot of them forgot that they don't make their own military. The military works under the auspices of the commander in chief, which is the president of the United States, whoever it happens to be, Biden, Obama, Clinton, Ford, the Bushes, whoever it is, they work for the company. Okay, they work for the commander in chief. A lot of these generals think because they were in General Star that they run their own army. I'm sorry, that's not the way it is. And let's just face it. Most black people, even generals, when they vote, they're going to vote Democrat. And they will do whatever it is they can do not to have to do what the president of the United States tells them to do. It is not their call to make policy. Their job is to carry out the policy. And I can tell you, because why is it that I'm telling you that Trump is not a racist. He may be an ideologue. He may believe what he believes, and you're not going to change what he believes, and that's fine, because you can't change what I believe. But we always throwing out the racist word. Racist. You have to obey. The generals took an oath too, like the sergeants and the privates and everybody else. We all took the same oath. Okay, we all took the same oath. I will obey. We put our right hand up and said, I will obey the orders of the president of the United States and those officers appointed over us. We all took that same oath. Even generals got to take that oath. So that's one of the reasons why a few black generals have been gone, because I got some friends in D.C., and they didn't want to do They thought they made policy, and they don't. Not even this. Not even the chief. What's that guy? The guy. The chief of staff of the. What's that? What's that? The you got all branches of service in a room, but there's what is that called? What is he called? Uh, well, anyway, even he don't make policy. Okay, the military is an instrument of the policies and the diplomacy of the United States. Just because you're a general, don't mean that you get to make your own orders, and you only carry out the ones that you like. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, why he fired the army chaplain, I do not know. I don't know why, and you don't know. None of us know. We all don't know all these things. Okay, we just don't know. Nobody called Elkins up and say, hey, Sergeant Elkins, this is why we canceled the chaplain. I don't know. Until we can find out, I guess we won't know. But do you think? Listen, Hegseth I believe Hegseth is a combat veteran. Okay, so he had, at least he's been in the military and knows a little something about what they doing. Okay, so I'm gonna give him some slack on this. You have to, all you should, when the Secretary of the War tells you to do something, your only answer should be 2 words: yes, sir. Get it done. That's it. All the rest of that policy hawking and I know better than you, and they may. Our generals should know. But if the generals have not formulated a policy to get us in and out of there, then shut up. I'm kidding about him being a general. Lord have mercy, I know. I'm kidding. They screw up too. We had generals fired. They fired George S. Patton. Okay, so what makes you think one of the greatest generals in the history of American warfare? They fired him. MacArthur fired him. So you think that the ones we got in the White House now can't be fired? Sorry about that. Yo, what you want there, Duke?
Hey, I see you get all worked up. They say something about your White House, boy. Ooh, man.
It's about policy.
Huh?
Not about the White House.
You get all, well, since you're speaking of policy, sir, what if one of these guys that Trump's supposed to blow the world up tonight if these people don't obey him? Okay, he's supposed to blow their world up tonight. So if
I heard coming in that the Iranians are trying to come up with a 45-day ceasefire, so I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
But I'm laughing because, okay, all we've been hearing for the last past month, Hegseth, Trump, how they just destroyed that place over there, and they don't have this left concerning their military. They don't have anything left to fight with. They just hanging it by the threads over there. So why he want to go in and do all the extra bombing tonight? If these people, all their stuff gone and destroyed like he claims.
Again, I don't know what the strategy is for getting in and out of this place. It's obviously taking.
I'm going by what they said, Kevin. They've been coming on TV every damn day, damn near, for the last 2 weeks. Oh, we just destroyed their Navy. They don't have anything left. We're the best in the world, and beating on his chest like we the.
Let me ask you something.
The big bad wolf and blowed everybody's house down over there, so ain't nothing left. So what the hell are you gonna bomb tonight for then?
Let me ask you a question. Do you believe that if we did not want to go through there and make a parking lot out of Iran, that we couldn't do it except we do not want mass casualties, because what happened with the atom bomb, it's a lesson for
You're not listening to me right now.
Yeah, I am listening. But
no, you're not answering my question. No, my point is, Kevin,
they don't want to hurt civilians. That's why.
Okay, that's all left now, according to them. Okay, they told us for the last damn past month that they didn't destroy all their military. Ain't a damn thing left in the military right now. But these people still shooting. They still shooting drones and everything every day.
But we don't know who the military is over there. We don't know who they are. They don't have uniforms.
We going by your president and his staff and his military guys that he have on TV standing next to him said that they okay. I'm trusting what they said. They said that we went in there and destroyed all of this stuff. They don't have a damn thing left but dust, and pertaining to their military. Okay,
people,
military don't have. They said Well, I'm trying to get somewhere with you now. You're not listening.
Well,
they said that they destroyed all their military. Okay, they don't have nothing to fight back with. So what the hell is he gonna bomb tonight? Besides this,
he was wrong. Obviously, he was wrong.
I'm trying to get to my point to you.
Yeah.
If he destroyed all their military defense thing, so why is it? What is he gonna bomb tonight besides civilians? I guess my question is, sir.
I don't think he wants to bomb civilians.
What the hell are you trying to do? The military gone.
No.
What's left?
Who is the military?
He said the military was gone. He said all their military stuff was gone.
Who is the military?
So,
who is the military over there?
Trump said they destroyed it. They don't have any anymore. They don't have a military anymore. According to Trump now. So if their military is gone, what is he gonna bomb tonight? Is their military underneath the damn bridges? Is there a military in the electrical part of that place over there?
They do have.
They want to take down their power lines and destroy all their power. So is their military hiding underneath the power plants over there?
I don't think he wants to do that. I don't think he wants to take down their power lines and make them suffer. I don't think he wants to.
Well, when you got a bully talking about, you remember in high school, I'm gonna whoop your ass. You're gonna bring me some lunch money tomorrow, Kevin.
And most people didn't bring the lunch.
So these people over there don't give a damn about Trump threats.
Okay.
Watch Trump move the goalpost again. Watch you say 2 more weeks.
Okay.
Watch you say that. Here's what he's gonna say tonight. Here's what he's gonna say later on today. Here's what he's gonna say, Kevin. I'm gonna bet you chicken pot pie dinner on this thing here. Don't you like chicken pot pies?
You know what? Now you can join. You can still go down there and tell them you're 42 and go down there. And
Trump gonna say later on today that they want to make a deal now. They coming to me big. They called me big and said, please don't blow us up. We're gonna make a deal.
I hear you.
Huh?
I hear you.
Haven't he been doing that so far? Every week. He's supposed to blow up something.
It's called diplomacy. He's trying not.
It's called bluffing. It's called bluffing people. No, people don't give a damn about Trump's threat.
Okay. Well, listen. You act like
Trump gonna pull. He gonna bow down again tonight and say, they want more time now. Come on.
It seems like me that you.
Is he gonna do it?
That you root.
Kevin, is he? Answer my question. Is Trump gonna do it tonight or what?
Well, I don't know.
If they don't come through for him like he won't, open up that place over there. Is Trump gonna bomb the hell out of him and put him back into Stone Ages and all that like he claimed?
Yeah. Well,
if they don't come through.
Again, I'm glad I'm not in that seat right now. I'm glad, but
if those military people go through with this illegal stuff
and what's it?
Blowing up civilian stuff.
Wait a minute. Huh? What's illegal?
Blowing up these damn people power, the citizen stuff over there because the military gone. He said the military was gone. He destroyed all the military, so all left is the citizens now. So he's going to destroy the citizens' power plants and bridges, so these people can't get to work and do what they need to do.
What do you think we did in World War II? What do you think we did in World War II when we dropped the atom bomb? 750,000 people died either directly or indirectly from dropping that bomb. You still there?
Why you hung up on me, man?
I didn't hang up on you, bro. They again, what did we do when we dropped the atom bomb? We killed a whole lot of people.
Kevin.
Yeah.
So you trying to let's stick with the subject matter at hand right here. We talking about what your president said he's gonna do. If you talking about the past.
Okay, call me back. You don't like Trump. There's nothing Trump can do to help to make you happy. That's fine. You don't have to agree with everybody. Okay. Destroying a country and its citizens will bring charges from NATO. Well, if it wasn't for us, it wouldn't be no NATO. Okay, where were they at? Where were they at when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor? Where were they at when on 9/11? So don't tell me about NATO. Okay, if it wasn't for us, North American Treaty Alliance Organization, if it wasn't for us, they would be like a limp noodle in somebody's pants. They wouldn't be worth jack. Okay, so don't give me that. And I think it is about time that the United States uses some of its massive influence, because every time they see these people, everybody wants money. Everybody wants money. Everybody wants. Sorry, okay. NATO ain't did it a whole lot of good anyway. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. You said he's exercising diplomacy. I think that's what you said.
I think the man said it was at Top Gun. He said the military is a arm of is what we use for to reach our goals. Diplomacy doesn't.
So the Truth Social post, open the effing straits, you bastards. Is that diplomacy?
Yes, it is. I would now listen. That was a little
open the effing.
Yeah, wasn't classy, but it got the point across. Wasn't classy,
yes, sir.
But it got
I got you. I think they'll be teaching that in every school in diplomacy in the future. This is how you communicate.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nelkins.
Yes, sir.
I think some of your callers say something about TDS.
Yeah, right.
TDS. What is that?
Trump deranged syndrome.
I think it's like, COVID. It's starting to have a different variation, because I think it's starting to turn to RDS. You ever heard of RDS?
Yeah, Republican?
No, I think it's to read.
oh yeah. We certainly got some people in Montgomery with that. We certainly got some people in Montgomery.
Yeah, I think it's starting to migrate that TDS, because I don't think that the mayor can do anything that would be able to appease a certain segment of your audience. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you ask, is there one thing that he's done positive for the city, because he did win re-election?
Yeah.
So the community. So is there anything that's positive out of City Hall?
Well, I think there are people who just won't find it. I can't say they can't. They won't.
Okay. But you're doing a good job by trying to hold your ground, because at one time people said he was not accessible. He wouldn't come on your show. I think he's proven that he's willing to face the callers and face the audience, even if we don't like the responses. He makes himself available. He's holding updates. I mean, yesterday he had a press conference at 3 p.m. He's not hiding. People say he's constantly out of town. And, whatever he does will not satisfy a certain segment.
That's
so I think you really need to start to prescribe this RDS that we're seeing in the city of Montgomery. Now, Kevin, the Pope has some things to say about this current administration. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
So do you think the Pope is being political?
I don't know how you can't be political. I don't know how you can't, regardless of even in the Pope said, the Bible said there always be wars and rumors of wars. So this ought not be anything new to the Pope.
So in his time, some said Jesus was political. He came to overthrow. So was Jesus political?
Well, he walked in the church and threw the table down, said that wasn't the place to be selling your goods. So, I mean, I think, and when when the woman at the well, he told the folks down there to let him without sin cast the first stone.
Yeah.
So I think he's used politics. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, if you read Romans, the 13th chapter, begin that verse 1, he talks about, government is ordained of God, and that we are citizens of this world, and we have to abide, render unto Caesar what Caesar, and he paid tithe.
Yeah, that's true.
He paid. He had a fish to come out of the water and took a coin out of his mouth to pay tribute to Caesar. So what I'm telling you is that when you say that when you're in the army and you are general, you give up all rights to be political. They're not being political. What I heard was the chief of staff requested an audience with the Secretary of Defense twice to talk about these promotions being withheld. And the secretary said, I'm not going to meet with you. Now, when you're a 4-star general and the chief of staff of the Army and you request to meet with your boss and your boss won't give you an audience, Kevin,
wait.
Do you think,
Willie, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Did you ever meet with every sergeant all the time they wanted to meet with you?
now that's where you're making a mistake.
What?
I think you don't compare every sergeant with the 4-star chief of staff.
It's a position.
That's your direct, huh?
It's a position, though.
It's not a position, sir. It's the position. You can't equate me meeting with a sergeant when the chief of staff of the United States Army requests to meet with his boss.
Yeah.
And you deny him. Are you trying to equivocate that with me meeting with a sergeant?
I believe that these, like I said earlier, these generals are more political than they ought to be.
Kevin, let me ask you a question, though. If you're the chief of staff of the United States Army, which means you're the department head of the Army,
right,
and you request to meet with your boss about these promotions that are being withheld, and your boss deny you the first time, and you come back again and says, hey, boss, I need to meet with you about these promotions. You know what, General? I think it's best you retire, because obviously you're not understanding the direction that this Army is going.
That's his call. I think that's the Secretary's call. Like it would be your call. If Sergeant Elkins went to see you and you don't feel
that's not troubling when you use 40 years of experience in the time of war, when you got people that make it. I'm not saying that's not his call. I think that's troubling, Kevin. That when you sit in a pattern is you can't even question my authority.
Again, though, I think it's trouble if I can't meet with you. So, I mean,
but that's the difference. I think you can't understand the different levels that if now when people have a problem, let me tell you, if Chief Grayboys wanted to meet with the mayor and the mayor would not meet with Grayboys, you would have a problem with that.
Sure. It depended on wait a minute. It depended on how long it is taking them to meet with him. But the mayor got more things to do than meet with the chief. He got other things to do too. The HECSEF got to meet with him. I mean, I don't know. Listen, all I know is the newspapers never tell us the whole truth about anything when it comes to the administration in the White House right now. I don't know what the truth is with those guys.
So if the mayor didn't meet with the chief of police, you would not have a problem with that.
Well, if he didn't meet one for a year, I had a problem with it. But hey, he can't meet with everybody all the time. Absolutely.
Okay.
Hell, I'm a nobody. I can't meet with everybody who want to talk to me.
Well, because you said it right, you're a nobody. But the chief of staff of the Army is different. That's not a nobody.
But I still can't meet with all the people who want to meet with me. I mean, so.
Well, and you retired in E6, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
E6.
All right.
I was on the list for E6. But
okay.
I didn't get promoted.
But you never pinned it on.
Never pinned it on. No.
Gotcha. But let me tell you, it's a problem for most other people that understands the chain of command. That when the chief of staff,
you're not airborne.
I got you. We all legs. I got you. Thanks for taking the call, my friend.
That's right. You're airborne. You got to be an airborne soldier to understand some of this stuff. Man, you must have a boring morning.
I don't be able to comment, but I got to have a Willie Durham rebuttal. That's only right, ain't it?
Okay, go ahead.
Instead of asking the question, what's good, won't you tell us, Willie? Asking the question don't help me at all. Tell me so I know what's good. Then Willie was upset. Willie's upset about the cussing, right?
Well, no, he didn't really go off the wall on that one.
He was criticizing Trump for the Democrats just ran elections where they were told to cuss. They cussed at every dang thing they went at. And on April the 2nd, Trump asked 3 senior generals to retire who'd been around for an awful long time. 2 of them were white and 1 was black. Did Willie have any concern about the 2 white ones?
Well, that I don't know. You'd have to ask Willie, but
see, it's all race with Willie Durham. He that's military. Have you ever heard of a new broom sweeps clean?
Well,
These people have hung around a long time, and there's lots of good people waiting to come up. and he didn't fire him. He asked 3 of them to retire. I guess that's the same of it. 2 of them were white, one was black. But the only one Willie Durham is concerned about, because it looks like he's prejudiced, was the black one, who's been along a long time.
Yeah, and I do think sometimes we need new people. I don't have a problem with changing new people.
Yeah, but 2 of the 3 on the same day he let go, 2 were white, 1 was black.
Okay.
But for Willie Durham, that's racism.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate it. Again, I don't really get into it. When they up that high, I don't way above my pay grade, so I don't worry about that kind of junk. I do think the president has the right to put in charge who he wants to put in charge. If Hegseth doesn't want to meet with people for whatever reason, that's his call. The Army Chief of Staff is a white selective hearing. Oh yeah, well he is, yeah. So I'm not, I just think they I was brought up in a different kind of military environment. Unlike, hey, might as well get another rebuttal here. Okay, a different kind of unit than leg units are. Leg units are, they can sit there and scratch their butt and scratch their head and decide, well, do I do this or not? In the Ranger Battalion and in the 82nd Airborne and stuff like that, you're not trained that way. You're trained to do it what the hell you're told to do, when you're told to do it, how you're told to do it, and right now. And that's what we did. I'm not saying we don't have any brains, but we were a more disciplined unit than most units in the Army. Okay, we just were. Kind of like the Marines. The Marines, from what I can tell, are a little bit more disciplined than any other branch of service, except the Rangers, 82nd Airborne, and SF, and all those special ops people. Though they got a little bit more discipline. So I don't know. So I don't. It ain't my call. But Pete Hegseth was an officer, and I'm gonna go by his judgment. Unless there's a new flag outside the White House in a couple of days. Yes, sir.
Hey, Sergeant, I don't want to go back and forth with Don, but I didn't talk about anything about race. Did I?
Not that I recall, but
I didn't say anything about race. I said the Army Chief of Staff requested to meet with Secretary of Defense.
Yeah, whoever the Army Chief of Staff. Who is the Army Chief of Staff?
Right. He's white, a white 4-star general. I said nothing about race.
Oh, okay. No, you didn't.
So how did that done? Maybe it comes across different on his radio.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I said nothing about race. I said the Army Chief of Staff requested to meet with the Secretary of Defense.
I guess there seems to be a lot of hoopla about the one black general. That
yeah, but I said nothing about that. I mean, so he says Willie Durham didn't say nothing about these other white officers. I just said it was 4 promotions that were withheld, and he wanted to meet with them about it. And Don said some of those people were white. I just said the boss didn't meet with the general, and that was troubling to me. So when I think he just hears something when it comes from certain people, but he is in age, so I'm going to not say anything about my elders. Thank you.
Okay. I appreciate it. All right, I got to take a 3-minute break. Got to get my glass of milk. So we'll be back. Uno momento. Don't go anywhere.
In the quiet of the morning light, hands raised high in pure delight, thankful whispers in a gentle breeze, grateful heart with such sweet ease. Thank you, Lord, for every breath I take, for and the joy you make in the tapestry of life. I see your grace, every moment filled with your warm embrace. through valleys deep and mountains high. Your faith a beacon in the sky. Every trial with lessons wrapped tight. In every shadow you are my light. Thank you, Lord, for the laughter and tears, for the strength you give in all my fears. In the rhythm of my heart, I hear your call with grateful song.
Alrighty then, we are back. Nothing like a good glass of cold milk first thing in the morning. Just it gets the old gray matter moving. I don't know how some people don't like milk. I don't have a clue. And these and I realize that these are interesting conversation to people. But I am personally, I wanted to talk about something else today, and I'm finna talk about it now. Over the weekend. Oh, there's right quick before I get to my other subject. Good morning, Dr. Joe.
Elk Dog.
Yes, sir.
Somebody was talking about the Pope just a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the Pope did to Galileo, right?
No, what did the Pope do?
He kicked him out of the church. He excommunicated him. You know why?
He wasn't gay, was he?
No.
Okay.
If he'd have been gay, he'd have kept him in the church, wouldn't he?
Well, you never can tell.
Made him a priest.
You never can tell.
Yeah, but he kicked him out because he said the earth revolved around the sun.
Oh,
And
well.
and you know the Pope, the recent Pope, a few years ago, they appointed a climate czar within the church. Now we got a climate expert at my church.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that? It's my dog. My dog can tell can predict what the weather is. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. When his ears are up, it's going to rain. When his ears are down, it's going to be sunshiny. When his tail wags, it's going to be snowy.
Okay.
I mean, my dog is a weather expert. See, a lot of churches have weather experts, not just the Catholic Church. But they were talking about what the Pope thinks. I don't care what the Pope thinks. I'm not Catholic. Are you?
No, I'm not Catholic. No, although I do like the Catholic faith. Actually, though, I just don't want to go do all that work to become one.
Well, the Catholics, no matter what, I did do some more research on the printing of the English Bible.
Mm-hmm.
They were wrong about what they said. Plenty of people were beginning to read or were able to read, but they kicked out. They had Tyndale burned at the stake for printing the English Bible. And you know what that was all about? Power. The church wanted the power to only know what was in the Bible, and it was written in Latin. And by the way, you know how many people read Latin back then? Very few. Very few.
Like today.
Few. Yeah, like today.
Mm.
So it was all about power. So, the Catholic Church, they can do what they want, because me and Martin Luther, we did what we wanted.
Okay.
Not King either.
Okay.
The 95 Thesis guy, the Protestant Reformation guy. All right, thanks.
All right,
Dog.
Appreciate it. Now get on the other thing, and I know we're not going to have time to go through this whole thing, but I think it is concerning. Concerning some policies and practices of the police, especially the state troopers, Montgomery Police, Sheriff Departments, and things like that. This concerns all of them, as a matter of fact. Something happened over the weekend. If you go to WSFA's website, you will find it. 4 people were killed, okay, in Pike County. 4 4 people died in Pike County wreck when a driver tried to elude law enforcement, state investigators said on Saturday. According to the Highway Patrol Division of Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, Takevius R. Russell, 27 years old, of Eufaula, was fatally injured when his 2022 Hyundai Elantra he was driving left the road and struck a tree. Robert D. Hall, 27, of Clayton, and a 17-year-old who were both passengers in the Elantra were wearing seatbelts. Okay. Before we do anything else with that, give me a couple minutes to get this out. They were ejected and pronounced dead at the scene. Kwame R. Richardson, 24, of Clayton, was not ejected during the crash, but was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, the crash occurred at 11:57 p.m. Friday along Pike Road 6628 near Pike County Road. Just give me a couple minutes there, Don. Trust me, you can wait for a second. Pike Road County 6628 near Pike Road 6627, approximately 9 miles east of Banks, Alabama. Troopers, of course, had no further information, and there was nothing immediately available to the until they finished the investigation. Here is the and I know what some people are going to say. Don, I'm busy doing something.
Well, let me just rebut. If you fixed my comments, I wouldn't have to. Willie Durham called in and changes the whole subject. Go back to his text. He said, "Did you see where he fired the Army chaplain who was black?" I said on the same day he let go three generals to retire. 2 of them were white. The only one that he brought up was the black one. And this other thing about the promotions, it ain't got nothing to do with the generals. These guys are colonels going for a 1-star. Willie, don't tell me I got selective here. And if you got guts, Willie, don't say certain people. Say what you want to. Say what you think, Willie. You want to call me racist? Go ahead, Willie. I know you racist. How many white people you got on your job?
Okay, then hopefully you're done with that. Now, moving right along to something I think is a little bit more important than that. 4 kids were killed the other day, Friday. Now, I'm not going to get into, we know that you shouldn't be traveling up and down the highway fast and stuff like that. We know that. But herein lies the question. To Alabama, to the governor, to every person on the in the House of Representatives and the State Senate and the governor. Isn't it time that we stop law enforcement, that city, state, or feds, from chasing cars at a high speed? Okay? Because here's the problem. Yes, there may be somebody driving that is trying to get away. But what if I'm a person who just riding with them? Had no idea the guy was going to start speeding like an idiot, just trying to do all kind of things. He may be smoking dope. He may be got some dope in the car that I don't know about. There are a myriad of reasons why I am in that car. I shouldn't die. Okay, because you want to chase a fool down the freeway. Yes. Yes, Camila.
Listen, you asking the wrong person to help with that test, because they have a bill that they're fixing to get her to sign and make it a felony, a C felony. You running from the police.
Well, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that either. But you shouldn't.
But listen,
you shouldn't chase.
Isn't that gonna make it more dangerous that you know you can get a C felony and prison time quickly for doing that, isn't that going to make it more dangerous?
Well, again, though, you don't have to chase them. We got too much technology that we don't. We know who's
know that.
We know who's in the car. We know who the car belongs to. That's a good.
Well, sometimes until you steal one.
Well, that's true too. But we still know who the car belonged to.
Yeah, you go find the owner, and the owner have to give up the person he gave the car to.
Right. So, but we got 4 young people are dead. Young people have always done stupid things like young people do. I might be just in the car picking up a ride. We going to park. We got 4 young people dead at one time because the police wanted to chase them.
Well, but see, it was even crazier is the people that was coming for Kalia and had the children in the car, left 2 at Walmart and 2 was in the car, and the police was chasing them because they were stealing out of Walmart.
I got you. But if young folks had sense, they wouldn't be young people. They are going to do things that are stupid. And we as older adults, professional law enforcement, should know these things. It is as good, it is as true as 1 and 1 equals 2. They're going to, but what about the people who are in the car that didn't do anything but ride?
But my point is too, the people in the car that's innocent and with the ride along, and the people on the highway that get killed. Yeah, exactly. Not on right. They kill somebody else, and I'm just saying it's time out for this stuff. What if my son walked down the street, somebody said, "Hey, you want to ride?" He said, "Yeah," but you don't know the guy. You don't know if the guy just robbed the store or whatever the case may be. I mean, so now he's gonna start speeding. That's that lady that is with Pastor Sankey. Her son was in that situation.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I just think it's time, and I know that the strict line of the conservative movement is, well, you should have stopped the car. Well, if he'd have stopped the car, we wouldn't be having this conversation. It is not the person that actually did the thing. It is not the question. No, no. It is not their decision. It is the driver's decision to keep moving. It is not the 3 other people in the car when they probably were just riding with him. They don't know he was going to do something stupid. Again, we got too much technology out here today. We can get them later. We can always get them later. Now, the only time there may be an exception to this, if you know for an absolute fact they've just killed somebody. And if you kill people, once you get to taste the blood as human beings, it's on you. You're going to do it again. Okay? Other than that, if it's just a speeding thing, let them speed. Let them get away from you. You can always catch them later on. We got too much technology here. We know Google can find your house right now from outer space with a satellite. We can find that car and we can deal with it at that point. This is crazy. Yo.
Morning, Kevin.
Morning.
How you be?
I'm doing all right, I guess.
I had to come in on this because this is a true pet peeve of mine. The discussion about the car chases.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you lovely people out there listening and texting in, that they ought to just stop. Why did they run? I just have a question for you. Because they didn't stop and because they did run, do you want that little grandbaby that you could just eat up and spit out and just eat up again to get killed by them? Do you want to sacrifice that lovely daughter that you got, that handsome son that you got that's on the way to be a professional football player because they didn't just stop? Why did they run? You want to sacrifice put yourself in losing somebody behind them, chasing them that didn't stop and just run. And you answer the question to yourself, because I already know the answer. You tell me, now do you feel the same way? That's all I got to say. Have a good day.
All right. Hey, appreciate it. And I think that's the way all of us would feel. I just, when I saw that this weekend, I said, my Lord, four young people dead because we just gotta chase them. I mean, I didn't hear anything about anybody there was wanted for murder. I didn't hear anything about they just robbed somebody or something like that. You know, we got a problem. We have a problem with this because some of those kids, I would imagine that some of them had nothing to do with anything, but their parents, 4 parents, going to have funerals in the next couple of weeks because of this. It is time that we stop running up and down the freeway at 100 miles an hour. I'm just sorry, and I think when the police do that, they ought to be held accountable. Good morning. Good morning. That's you on the show. Okay then. I just won't answer unknown call then no more. That's where you're gonna play. And I think the state of Alabama, somebody should be held accountable for those 4 kids dying. Yeah, ultimately the responsibility is on whoever drove that car. I totally agree. But if the police slowed down, they would have slowed down. Okay, they would have slowed. You know who the car belongs to. You can find it. You may not find it today, but you can find it. Do we really want to take a chance? Do we really want to take a chance? Okay. We got radios. We got cell phones. We can put police at the other end of the highway. There are all kinds of things we can do. But anyway, so the question is, should the police engage ENGA in high speed chases? Okay, because this weekend, should police engage in high speed chases? Okay, I'm just telling you. I think it was it's going to be a sad day this week for some parents. Again, not the person that was driving, but how about the passengers were flung out the car? Some ran into a tree. I mean, I understand. You know, we once we reach a certain age, we act like we didn't do nothing wrong when we were coming up. We act like, brother, we were just the nicest kids ever known to mankind. We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't steal a candy bar. We didn't give somebody the bird. We didn't ever go past the speed limit. I mean, our memory becomes very short when it comes to the things we did. We know that once they started going fast, I would just slow down. The police, the law, the SOP, standard operating procedure, should be radio somebody up ahead, okay, and give them the particulars, okay, but not. I mean, 4 people dead because the police want to catch them. Now, if they'd have killed somebody, oh, okay, I guess. But that's not what happened here. Okay, that's not what happened. So, I mean, why would we want to do this? Why do we want to put life and limb? And there's right there, 4 dead after trash in Pike County, Alabama. I don't know what's the main city over there, but 4 of these young and from the looks of the names, They're not all. I mean, look. There are a couple black folks there I know, but I don't know if the other guys are black or not. But Robert D. Hall, 27, of Clayton, Alabama, and a 17-year-old whose name, because we don't know who it is, who were both passengers in the Elantra, and they were not wearing seatbelts. That, of course, doesn't help you if you don't wear your seatbelt. The appliances that are given to you so you don't, so you won't get thrown out of a car. But Robert Hall, Clayton, 17. I mean, it just. I know this guy right name is Trichias, or I don't know. Lord have mercy, we name our kids things, and if I can't pronounce it, it must be that. It looked like Trichivius D. Russell, 27. So we got a 27, 17, 27, and a 24-year-old young folk. Kwame R. Richardson, 24, of Clayton. I don't know where Clayton is. Is that like up near Clanton someplace? I don't know. But kill someone still? No, I don't want to lose anyone if they did not kill. Right, if they did not kill anybody. I'm just saying, if there are people who have an issue of they've killed people, I understand at least in a way. But even then, you know who they are. I'm sure we got more than one. Well, we may not. And this is what I'm talking about. We are getting on Montgomery about being short of police, but the state patrol is just as short, it seems, and that's why one officer has to chase these kind of people because he's afraid they're gonna get away. But if we had enough state patrol, so who's responsible for not having enough state patrol? Because if we had enough state patrol, then what we would find out, we could put we could use some more officers at the other end of the highway, or at least theoretically, you could do that. But we lost 4 young people because we just had to catch them. We just had to, we just had to do it, regardless of the life and limb that was in jeopardy when we did it. But anyway, that's just me. And I hear a lot of people, well, they shouldn't have been doing what they shouldn't have been doing. Well, you're right, they shouldn't have been it. They shouldn't have been doing it. And if we look back on our lives, there are a lot of things that we did that we shouldn't have did. Okay? There are a lot of things we did that we shouldn't have done. Okay? So I'm just saying, and I got 1,100 people looked at that. I appreciate that because it's important. What was the charge? Well, so far we ain't got a charge yet, except they were speeding. Why are they getting pulled over? Traffic? Did they rob a bank? Well, I don't know. That's not what the article said. No bank was robbed, because I'm pretty sure one was robbed. They'd have told us. The problem is that this country, there's no one follows any laws and rules. That's always been the way, David. That's always been the way. If everybody followed the rules, guess what? We wouldn't have to have laws. Okay, and I hear what you're saying. Okay, I hear what you're saying. No, cops are not I didn't say they were at fault, but if they observe multiple people in a car, call for backup and be more cautious. And I agree with that. Okay, be more cautious. 4 young people dead today that were alive this time last week. And I understand you shouldn't speed from the police. You should stop. You should pull over. But unfortunately, we don't do what we're supposed to do all the time. We just don't. Okay? Now, they did a serious crime. If they did a serious crime where they took life and limb, I kind of understand it, but that is not what is said here. Okay? So the question is, it is time that we stop doing this. Unless somebody's life. Now, but even if there's a baby in there, then the chances of that child surviving a wreck like this was slim and none. So I don't know I'd say we got helicopters. We got helicopters put in the sky. We can chase them. At least that's the way they do it on TV. They always get their man. I say slow down, let them slow down, and here comes two. If you slow down, they're gonna slow down, and if they slow down, that gives somebody else on the other end an opportunity, unmarked car, whatever the case may be, to get behind them. Okay, to find where they are on the freeway. Okay, I'm just saying, this chase them until the tires fall off is not a good idea. And I'm not a liberal Democrat or liberal, but I do try to be reasonable. Is it reasonable to chase a car 100 miles an hour down a freeway? Well, not only are the occupants endangering their life, but they're endangering other people's lives. Okay? Other people's lives. So the question of the day to Alabama lawmakers, is 4 people dead at one time enough sacrifice to change our chasing policies of Aaliyah and anybody else that got a blue light on top of their car? Is there any? Is that enough at one time? Obviously, we've had more people lose their life because of that. But at 4 at one time, is that enough to just? Because we don't know. Some of those people in that car may have been there They may have been there not of their own accord. They may just have been looking for a ride. Young people do that. Okay, now, I don't know what they mean, Joe. Get the criminals. They hadn't been charged with anything yet. So I don't know if they had done anything or not. Maybe they just didn't like police. We don't know. But the car was going to come to a stop at some point. I say, slow down. You slow down, they'll slow down. You can always get them. You know their car. You know who owns the car, and unless the car was stolen, but at least you know who the car was stolen from and where the car was at. We got cameras everywhere. You can't even go to the bathroom without a camera. I was in the bathroom the other day, trying to do my thing, and I saw there was a camera in there. I thought you couldn't have cameras in the bathroom. A brother got no privacy, no plates. Okay. I hope they had one right in the middle of the bowl. Anyway, that's a whole different story. But anyway, we got cameras everywhere. We can find out who they were. We may find one at a time, but we don't need to chase young people up and down the freeways at 100 miles an hour or greater speeds. And a Elantra, from what I think, it's not a very big car. So it's not going to take too much beating. Okay, I'm just saying, I think that it's a shame. Yes. Well, they ought to raise it to $1,000. I think that's terrible. That's yeah, it does. Well, but you know the car. They will be, but they know the car though. Well, it's too late to charge them now. But no, I think that's not the right. I don't think that's what you tell me. That oh, wait, hold on. Well, again,
You just keep coming up with stuff that don't work, bro.
there are reasons to chase people, life and limb.
Yeah,
not just
usually most people ain't gonna run from a cop. If you run, we won't chase. All you're gonna do is cause more running.
Well, we won't lose lives.
That don't hurt me. I mean, they might just get shot on the street of Montgomery. There's only 180 cops here.
Okay. All righty then. You won't get killed. You know what I mean? Okay, Steve, go ahead. Give me your simply there. Go ahead and give me your thought on this because I know it's coming. So.
Well, my thought is back in the day when there was a waiting list to get on with the Alabama State Troopers, and just like in 1986, there were 900 people that converged upon the Montgomery Civic Center to take the test for the Montgomery Police Department. When they had full complements of officers and troopers, they were pursuing people. And there's a landmark case that was ruled on by the Supreme Court where people were injured by law enforcement pursuing, and they sued and they said that that you can't judge, you can't see with the lens of the eye of what that law enforcement officer sees, and they ruled in favor of law enforcement. But when I was a supervisor, we had a two-minute rule. And I told them, I said, if you can't catch them in 2 minutes, you'd better stop.
I think that's a good rule. That gives us something. I mean, again, for these kids, and what about, I'm just riding along with the guy. I'm just riding. I didn't know the guy was going to take off running from the cops. Should I die?
Well, when you work an accident report, there's boxes you check off on the accident report. Mm-hmm. And one of those is harmful events. And what you're trying to pinpoint is the first harmful event that caused the traffic accident. So what was the first harmful event that caused the traffic accident?
It was them speeding. Getting away. Not stopping for the police. Absolutely.
As you said, life is about choices. It's about decisions. And I hate it, and I would hate it for my family if they were in that situation and were killed by somebody pursuing. I mean, but like I said, the Supreme Court's already ruled on this. Landmark case came out of Alabama.
Right, but that's I think the states can have their own rule to that. It just doesn't make sense. Now, again, if life and limb, if they killed somebody, I understand you don't want a murderer running up and down the street, getting away fine, and that's right. But even chasing them don't necessarily mean you're going to catch them. All it means is that there may be somebody coming down the freeway, okay, or they may do something stupid, come up the freeway the wrong way. I mean, who knows? But 4 people at one time should be cause to rethink the strategy of chasing cars.
Well, what I used to tell my folks was, Mayor, if he's a butthole today, he'll be a butthole tomorrow, and you can probably catch him tomorrow.
He'll do it again.
Have a good day.
All right, appreciate it. And that's going to be it for today. I realize there's a lot of conversation and need to be on this issue. It's not one that's going to be solved by me. Sorry about that, Joe, but I got it. But you can go back to the thing. But again, everybody in the car is probably not a criminal. And that's the problem. Everybody, there are some people who just catch a ride with you, and that's it. They catch a ride with you, and they just want to go for a ride someplace. They don't know that you've done something crazy. I mean, they don't know. And so once you do something crazy, now I've got to die because this idiot won't stop the car. No, I say slow down, let them slow down. And if we're short that many troopers where we can't box them in, then let's stop talking about Montgomery shortage and just fix our own. Okay, let's stop talking about the shortage of police officers in Montgomery, and let's see if leadership can get some more people to run state patrol. If you need me, call me. I like wearing that Smokey Bear hat anyway. So if I'll come down and put in for it. Just give me a call, and I'll. Next thing you know, a year from now, you see Sergeant Elkins, another sergeant again on the state patrol with my Smokey hat. Okay, I'll go out. I'll come out for those guys. Okay, I'll work with those guys. Yeah, I will. I wonder, am I too old to do that kind of thing? I don't know. I got energy, but can't hear. Amen, Kevin King. But anyway, so I may have to go off the state patrol. So let's not whine about Aaliyah. Let's not whine about Montgomery's police department not having enough people. And tell us how many people in a state of 4 million people, how many state patrolmen do we need? Or is it done by how many square miles we have to supervise? Anyway, so tell us that part. Okay, I understand about Montgomery. We need 400. Well, how many state patrolmen do we need? Because obviously we don't have enough. So 5 million. There are 5 million people in Alabama. So we need to know how many state patrolmen that we need before we stand and spend all this time talking about Montgomery's problem. Let's talk about the state of Alabama's problem. Okay, and maybe, just maybe, those 4 people wouldn't be dead because we could have found a different way to get them. Okay, I'm just saying. Anyway, my time's up. I thank you for yours. It has been a great day, and yeah, sorry about that. Didn't say. I keep forgetting to change my window thing when I do that sometimes, but that's what happens when you. Maybe I should go out for the state patrol. I wonder could I make it? How long does state patrol train? Anybody know? Yeah, I can already shoot, so I can shoot a gun. So okay, I have been arrested about 10 times. One time for an attempted murder charge. I never ran from the police, nor did I ever fight them or talk disrespectfully to them. I am still here. Okay, Roger, I hear you. But I need to have you on the show one day so you can tell me about all that stuff you was doing out there, so we can maybe give us some hindsight on what not to do. So Roger Horton, yeah, call me at my number there, and I'll bring you on the show. 334-922-3030. Okay, there's my number right there, Roger. Come on, I'd love to have you on the podcast one day because I like to hear your story. I really would. Because we all have done something. Most of it just won't admit it. Okay? Most of it just won't admit it. So anyway, have a great day. Have a great life. And may the winds bid you back. And may the sun always fall warmly on your face. Good morning to you. Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day. Oh, yeah, I got to go now. Bye. Oh, it isn't the strength it gives us. It isn't the falling down that gives us the strength. It is the getting up each and every time we do. See you later. Have a great day.
Thankful for life and the love we share.